Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel! For today's video guys, pupuntahan natin yung isa sa mga famous na lugar dito sa New Zealand. But before that, bago lang po kayo sa channel ko, watch this video, like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell para ma-notify po kayo kung may bago po akong upload na video. So tara na guys, samahan niyo ako!
Sorry, thank you. Ya, mami. Dito, mami.
Nandito na sugar bag ang binasa ko.
Gila.
Das ist schon musical.
Hah?
To care for land, sea and nature, treading lightly and leaving no trace.
To travel safely, showing care and consideration for all.
To respect culture, travelling with an open heart and mind.
While travelling in New Zealand, follow the Te Aki promise. Act as a guardian.
Protect and preserve our home.
Help us care for New Zealand.
Well, welcome ladies and gentlemen here to the Alexander's Farm. My name is Dominic and I'm the gentleman that collected your tickets right before you all hopped on the bus. I'm going to be your tour guide for today, so I apologize in advance. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started here very shortly, but we first do have to go across the road here and drive down to the movie set because the movie set isn't super close to us right now. But don't worry, it's not going to be a boring drive. We're going to play a video in the background for you all on the way down to the movie set, so you can all just sit back, relax, and enjoy once we start it. I do, however, first have to open this gate, but don't worry, I'll play the video before I hop off the bus so you guys aren't just sitting and waiting and staring at beautiful landscapes. But you can do that if you'd like to, totally okay. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, I do want to introduce you to our lovely driver. Everybody can you say, good evening, Willie?
Hello.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be our driver for today, so I hope you're super excited.
Yes.
Journey to Hobbiton. I'm very, very pleased that you're able to take the time to go visit our set. It's great when you're making a movie, everything's so temporary. The film survives, but the sets and the costumes and the props that you make, that they all just get thrown away. And so I'm delighted that Hobbiton's managed to survive, and I'm really pleased that you're taking the time to visit it, and I hope that you enjoy yourself. It's been years ago that we were flying around in a helicopter and found the Alexander Farm from the air, and it, for some reason from the air it looked right, and when we landed it was absolutely perfect, as I'm sure you'll see for yourselves. So thank you very much to the Alexander family for their brilliant support over the years, and especially to Russell, who has been the greatest business partner to have, and as you'll see yourself, doing a fantastic job, making you very well. So thank you and enjoy yourselves.
From the entire Alexander family and everyone here on set, we're thrilled to have you. The tour starts with a journey through our 1,250 acres sheep and beef farm. It's these rolling green hills attracted location scouts way back in 1998. After the completion of filming The Lord of the Rings in 2000, the set was torn down and Hobbiton was left as little more than a sheep paddock. So when Peter and his team returned for The Hobbit, we seized the opportunity to partner up and rebuild the set permanently, and it's been growing ever since. It's been an incredible journey, one we're proud to share with you today. Enjoy.
Well, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Alexander's farmland. The whole farmland we're driving through right now, if you didn't hear Russell Alexander in the video say, his family owns this property actually, is 1,250 acres. That's a lot of land, but that land is put to good use because they farm on this land. They have around 13,000 sheep and around 300 or so beef cattle, so land's put to pretty good use. But ladies and gentlemen, the whole movie set we're going to be walking around today is just about 12 acres total, which means with some simple maths, the movie set here on the Alexander's farm is just roughly 1% of all of their farmland here in Matamata. That's pretty crazy. Also, ladies and gentlemen, this fence line just to the left of us here, that's the property line. Those people on the other side, those are their neighbors. And yeah, you can all see that their neighbors are just one fence line away from being a millionaire. But ladies and gentlemen, we're not here to talk about the farm, we're here to talk about that beautiful movie set, which if you all look off to the right hand side of the bus, you can see the first glimpse. You can see the mill house, the double arch stone bridge, and of course the world famous Green Dragon pub, where we will all be heading a little bit toward the end of our tour today for a complimentary beverage. Because at that point, it'll be well past 5 o'clock and we're overdue for a drink. But ladies and gentlemen, I have another video playing here in the background helping me talk about some other locations here on the Alexander farm that were used during filming. And this first location is going to be located just to the right hand side of the bus at the very top of the hill here. This place is very near and dear and special to my heart, and it is known as the Technical Car Park. Or what we like to call it here, Dusty Haven. This is where during filming 170 vehicles were parked, filled with lights, cameras, cables, and all the other really awesome filmmaking stuff. This is also where they built most of the Hobbit homes before moving them down onto the movie set. Right now though, ladies and gentlemen, our gardening and maintenance teams call this place home. Another very important location is located just up here off to the left hand side of the bus. This narrow green stretch of yellow grass between us and this fence line here, coming up, was known as Animal Kingdom. This is where 29 animals were held for the Lord of the Rings movies, between Clydesdale horses, goats, sheep, chickens, cattle, and pigs. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, none of the sheep here on the Alexander farm were used during filming. They all auditioned. They didn't quite make the cut. And so they brought their own stunt sheep in instead. Yes, you heard that right, stunt sheep. It is a real thing. Off here to the left, this large green field is known as Base Camp. This is where all the actors' trailers for hair, makeup, and costuming were held, as well as an incredibly large food marquee, where they would serve 4-star quality food to the whole cast and crew of over 500 people. They would start their days here with 2-course breakfasts, move into 2-course lunches, end of their days with 3-course dinners, and oh yeah, they had gourmet snacks in between those meal times. And so if you all came a very skinny actor, you instead left an incredibly plump hobbit. That's kind of cool. Ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment we're going to go down this hill here. If you look off to the left, you can see a hill in the distance with pine trees on either side and a gap in the middle. That is where they filmed this very famous scene for the first Lord of the Rings movie, The Fellowship of the Ring.
Your name.
A wizard is never late, Mr. Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, talking about arriving precisely when we mean to, because of our amazing bus driver, Willie, we just did. Before we hop off the bus and begin our adventure here on the movie set, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to remind you all, though, to please bring all of your belongings with you, because this bus will be used to transport other guests from the movie set back up to the Shire's Rest. If anybody has any garbage or rubbish from the Shire's Rest Cafe, or anywhere else, please bring that off the bus with you. We had a rubbish bin located just as you exit our bus off to our right. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, once we stop, you guys can all hop off the bus with me, thank Willie for the lovely ride, meet me out by the Hobbiton sign, and then we'll go over some health and safety rules before we walk onto the movie set. Sound good to everybody? Yes. Beautiful. But yeah, you guys are ready to go, you can hop off with me.
Just returning the question. So you wait us slowly.
Alright, thank you. Mami, pindog mo.
So just listen on up. I'm going to go over those health and safety rules now. So by the time I'm done with that, most of you should have gotten your photos. Hopefully you've gotten them. And then we'll get out the movie set and get more photos. Sound good to everybody? Beautiful. Well, the first thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is in fact a fully guided tour. That basically means make sure you are all sticking with me, your tour guide, as we walk across the whole movie set. A couple of reasons there. Number one, I don't want you wandering off and getting lost, because it's a lot easier than you might think. Also, I don't want you wandering off, going somewhere you're not supposed to be going to, and getting in trouble. Because nobody likes to get in trouble. Especially since I'm guessing most of you are in fact here on holiday. Except Team Auckland and Wellington. You guys are kind of, I'd say you're still on holiday in a sense. Yeah. The next thing, ladies and gentlemen, is please make sure you are always walking on our pathways here in Hobbiton, and please stay off of our grass. A couple of reasons there. Number one, we want to make sure our grass is always green here on the movie set, so no matter what time of year a visitor comes to visit, they can have the exact same visual experience. Does that make sense, everybody? Very good. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, these pathways here on the movie set or in Hobbiton were built to be walked on. I know, crazy idea, but you'd be surprised. The next thing, ladies and gentlemen, is please don't go past any fences or barriers. They can be anything from a wooden stake with some rope running in between those wooden stakes. It can be a wooden fence in front of a hobbit home, or maybe even a perimeter fence like in between these hedges here. Please respect those boundaries and don't go past them, because they are there to keep you individuals out of those areas. Also, ladies and gentlemen, that perimeter fence is an electric fence. Don't touch it. You will hurt yourself and I will laugh. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm getting confused looks, but I'm hoping this goes. You'll figure it out eventually. One way or another. And the last, one of the last things, the second to last thing, ladies and gentlemen, is, one second. Hey guys, where you going? Toilet right down this pathway here. Yep, no worries. It happens all the time. The next thing, ladies and gentlemen, is please do not go inside of any of our Hobbit homes here today. They may look super cute and adorable, I will admit, but in reality, there's nothing inside of them. I gotta tell you now, I'm sorry, spoiler alert, there's nothing in them. So there's a dirt floor and a wooden retaining wall. I want to let you guys know now, because later on we have the opportunity to go inside of a Hobbit home to get group photos. And I don't want anybody going inside and be like, oh, there's no inside. And
and then start crying like I had a little girl on my tour a couple weeks ago. So yeah, there's no inside to our Hobbit homes. I apologize. And so don't go into any of the other ones. You can go in one. I will let you know which one it is. Don't worry. We'll all be hobbits. I promise. And last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, this is a non-smoking set. So if anybody does smoke tobacco products, electronic cigarettes, or vape, we do ask you please refrain from doing that as we walk around the movie set. And please just wait until we reach the designated smoking areas, which are at the Green Dragon Pub. And if any of you want to do that once we do get there, that's totally okay.